Hi, my name is Patrick McGrath Muñiz. I'm originally from Puerto Rico, but now live in Sugar Land, Texas. I've been working on retablos for the past 20 years. The way I got started with this was when I did my master's degree at the Savannah College of Art and Design, and I developed a thesis that revolved around the use of the Spanish colonial iconography, Catholic saints, and consumer culture paraphernalia. And I combined those in order to make a statement of how really we are so immersed into this new faith of consumerism and how much it has influenced and really shaped our understanding and appreciation of history, nature, and ourselves. At the same time, it's also a way of me bringing back my home with me, a piece of my home in Puerto Rico with me, because Puerto Rico, being the oldest colony in the world, has this rich tradition of Spanish colonial iconography, but it's also highly consumerist activity going on in the island. Everything gets amplified. The Walmarts, the Walgreens, all these fast food chains, the strip malls. So all of that comes together in my work, and it's a reflection on my experiences from back home. Because in my work, there's also a lot of personal references to experiences that I had with friends, family, and situations that have really been sort of a turning point in my work. The many stories that go into the work makes it more personal. So the exhibition titled Revelaciones here at Rockhurst is more about personal insights on the things that I've learned in the past 3 years, during the pandemic and to this point. The medium I'm using is oil painting, and I follow very closely the protocols and the techniques of the old masters from the Baroque, Rococo, and going back to the Renaissance. Because my intention in doing so is to emulate the strategies and devices from the time of the colonization and make a bridge or a connection between that and our current neo-colonial corpocracy with its consumerist doctrines. And the way that we relate to each other and to the world is very much influenced by that long tradition that is now continued through consumerism. Some of the paintings here are born after doing a tarot reading of my own cards, because I already have a repertoire of designated archetypes and symbols and icons and figures that I already am familiar with. And when I combine them together, it gives me a story. And from there, I go on and do some preliminary sketches. I also have conversations with friends, artists, of philosophy, art, history, you name it, politics, religion. And I try to see connections, and archetypal themes start to show up and reveal themselves. So if a certain archetype is resonating at that moment with that theme or that conversation, that's where I center my attention, and that becomes the focal point, if you will. And the construction of these altarpieces also is part of a message. So everything becomes part of that message. It's always carried through the energy of that unseen force, which is informing the work, which is the archetype in question. The retablo is basically a small altarpiece. Sometimes it's a triptych, a diptych, a polyptych, and it derives from early Renaissance European culture, but it was brought into the New World with the conquest and colonization of the Americas. It became a little bit smaller. It also became more intimate, more personal, more part of folk culture. I see the opportunity of bringing all these themes, subjects that really are inspired after things like climate change, consumerism, social justice, in order to bring them into context and imbue them with a more like a sacred aura. I feel like it's a very unique and peculiar format that brings and adds more to the message. It's that extra layer of sacred spirit that it brings to it.